In this video, we're going to be answering one of the questions that was posed to us by one of our customers, and a little feature that we built here into EasyStone a while back that we've never taken the time to demonstrate, but it can be quite useful, and that's why we built it in. And the question is this: they have a design that a customer has ordered 40 transfers, and now they need to know exactly how many stones they need to order for the entire project. Now, EasyStone for a long time has had a stone count report that would tell us how many stones are in a given design, but now we have a new added calculator that will allow us to input our entire job, and it will tell us the total number of stones needed for the entire project. So let me show you a couple of things along the way, though, that will be of interest to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to, first of all, set up our stone pricing information. You only have to do this once, but we'll go to our miscellaneous tab and you'll see a button here that says set up stone pricing. Now, I already have my stone pricing already factored in here, but all you need to do, if you want to use our current stone pricing, you just click on the button that says get current stone pricing, and it'll populate 610 and 16 for all the colors in the standard library. We also have a machine cut library as well, but it'll go ahead and import all of our standard pricing. Now, there is one point to make if you are a Design of the Day member that I really want to stress, because I still see Design of the Day members buying SS6 rhinestones. Now, keep in mind that if you buy SS10 rhinestones in 25, 50, or 100 gross quantities from us, then we give you an equal quantity in color in SS6 for free. So you do not need to buy the SS6 stones because we give them to you for buying SS10 stones and being a Design of the Day member. So your Design of the Day membership is $24.99, and for that you get free shipping on all orders over $50. You get the use of our EasyStone macro for CorelDRAW, which is kind of nice little bonus. You get the new design every day, rhinestone design, or sometimes we'll do HTV, heat transfer vinyl designs. But whatever we post for that daily design, you can download that for free. But also, like I said, if you order 25, 50 gross, or 100 gross quantities of rhinestones in SS10, we give you the SS6 stones to match for free. And the reason we do that, because it's a nice little perk as a Design of the Day member, but most of our designs, or a lot of them, do require both stone sizes, 6s and 10s. So what you want to do, if you are a Design of the Day member and you're buying rhinestones from us, you can cancel out and just enter 0 for SS6. So because these are all provided to you free for buying the SS10 stones. Okay, so if you're not buying stones from us, that's okay, we forgive you, but you would just enter in the value that you calculate for your vendor. So let's just say you're ordering 500 gross quantities, and let's say that 500 gross bag of rhinestones cost you $200, for example. Of course, what you would do is take the $200, you divide it by 500. I'll just do that quick here for the example. Divide it by 500, and that would tell you it's 40 cents a gross. Okay, so that's the value that you would add here, 0.40. That's 40 cents per gross. Now, the calculator built into EasyStone will then break that down for us stone by stone. We know there's 144 stones per gross, so we just enter our per gross pricing, and EasyStone will divide that by 144 to get to our individual stone count and price for that individual stone. So let's go ahead and close this out now that we've set up our stone pricing. Now, of course, I already had mine set up. So now what we want to do is actually walk you through an entire project. We're going to show you a couple of things along the way, just little features here in EasyStone. But this is the basic process that you would go through if you're purchasing a design. So let's say, now this particular design was one of our Design of the Day downloads. So I'm just drag and drop it right here into my CorelDRAW workspace. For import options, I'm going to import as editable text as curves. Okay. Here's the design. Now this design is a pretty basic design, easy enough to do on a single template. So the first thing we want to do is ungroup it. So hit the UG button here in EasyStone to ungroup it. And then I'm going to go ahead and dispose of our weed box. Go ahead and get rid of that. And then what we want to do is we want to go ahead and these letters down here, they're all one shape, and we need individual stones. So I'm going to combine them and then right click and break them apart. Now, when you are using a design from our design of the day or any third-party design, if you're buying from TRW, Bling Art USA, Rhinestone Templates, wherever you get your designs from, maybe you're designing in Oobling, or you're designing in Make the Cut, or who knows what you're doing there as far as where the design comes from. But if you didn't create it with EasyStone, then you need to convert it to the EasyStone format. And we have a function here in EasyStone that does that for us automatically. So what we would do is select our entire design. Let's just go ahead and throw a weed box around it. So now we'll go ahead and select our entire design and click on EP, which is our Easy Prep function, and click on Process by Color. And that will show us the first color in the design, which in this case was the Bling It and Bring It in Crystal. We're going to change that to maybe Capri Blue. We'll just do something kind of goofy and click on Process by Color again. And then it will go ahead and convert all of those stones. In the process, it's converting all the circle sizes to the proper size, and it's also determining what are 6s and 10s along the way. But now we're going to make this hot pink for this example. Okay, so let's just say that's what the customer has requested. So that's the Easy Prep function obviously is a nice tool to be able to reset the stone colors based on what our customers ordered. So that's cool in and of itself. Now, of course, what we want to do is we want to then make a proof of this that we can put to our website, because we've downloaded the design with our design of the day, but now we want to create a proof to put it on our web. You could use our proof, but then it has our watermark, and of course you don't want that. So what I usually do is I'll just copy it, right click to make a duplicate. So that makes a duplicate copy of it, and then you click on the QP button, which is for quick proof, and it will do just that. What it does is it simulates our rhinestones. It adds some text to tell us what stones are in the design, because now we've converted it with Easy Prep. It adds a watermark, and it gives us the overall dimension of the design itself. So now you can see this is quite suitable to put on your website or send as a proof to your customer. It's all watermarked, ready to go. Now there is one small thing to mention in regards to the watermark, because it did change here in 14. What you would do is click on Shift QP here, and this is where you can set up your watermark. All right, so you only have to do this one time, and once you've set that up, then every time you use the quick proof function, it will add the watermark automatically for you. Now, just to complicate things further, you can not have the watermark. If you click on the settings button, you can see there's an option here under your quick proof settings where we can skip stone simulation, we can skip adding a watermark, we can even skip adding the stone count below our quick proof if we had a desire to. So there's a lot of, we can also set a logo that we can add to our quick proof as well, but that's kind of beyond the scope. But anyhow, there's some cool functionality in there that you won't find in other programs, so just kind of keep that in mind. But getting back to what the video was really supposed to be all about is this project right here. So this is the design. We've converted it into EasyStone format with Easy Prep, and now we have a situation where we need to know how many stones we need for our project. So the project for this case is we need to make 40 transfers and get these shipped out. But I need to know how many stones we need in order to create 40 transfers of this design. And so what we did is we created a function here where we can select our design, go into your stone report here, SR button, and it will show us, because we've already set up our stone pricing, it'll show us what this design cost. So you can see it gives us our overall height and width. It tells us our stone cost for this design is $4.02 based on ordering 50 gross quantities at a time. And it also breaks this down. We have 10 SS6, and we have 737 SS10 in Capri Blue, and then we have 321 stones in Hot Pink for a total stone count of 1,068 stones, which is all cool and everything, but now we need to know how many stones we need for our transfers, or how many shirts we're going to make. So the order was for 40 transfers. So we just type in 40 for the number of transfers or shirts. And now when we click on our calculate stone price, what it does is it resets everything. So it's going to reset everything. And now you'll see that the total job cost for 40 transfers is $160.96. But what's also pretty cool is it breaks it down per gross. All right, so we know now we need 3 gross of SS6, we need 205 gross of SS10, and we need 89 gross of SS10 in hot pink. So when you go to place your order, well, all we need to know is if you order 205 gross of your SS10, so what I'd probably do is order 250 gross from us for the project, and you'll get 250 gross of SS6 for free, so you'll have plenty of SS6s to go around. And then over here for SS10, maybe order 100 or 125 gross. You want a little bit extra for each project, but hot pink's popular color you'll use. But it just breaks it down for you really nice and neat. And we can clear that back out. We can clear that value back out, and we click back on calculate stone price again, and it brings us back to the per shirt cost. So that's kind of a nice feature too. So if we want to know how many 100 transfers would cost, we just type in 100, and now it breaks it back down. So now we have 512 gross in SS10 Capri Blue and 223 gross of SS10 in hot pink. And I promise you that there's no other software out there that has this built-in functionality, but it's quite useful. We just never had an opportunity to demonstrate it before, but it's been around for a couple of versions at least. So at any rate, I just wanted to show you how to utilize that function and get that pricing down. We'll go ahead and clear that back out, and we'll just type back in 40 transfers. So this was the question. We had 40 transfers to make of a given design, and that will break down how many gross of each color you need to order. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you use that feature. And if there's features like this, you say, well, geez, I wish it did this also, let us know, because it may be something that's pretty easy to implement. In fact, we have a new video that we're going to be talking about working with Sticky Flock True Type fonts, some new functionality that we built in that will be a nice little addition for you that you'll want to check out as well. So anyhow, like I said, I hope you enjoy this video and understand this process and utilize this little built-in calculator, because it will make the process of ordering stones for your projects a lot more simplified. Thanks for watching.